Well, welcome to my new video, guys. I'm going to be jumping into the SNK NVS board. Now, if you're not sure what one of these are, basically SNK released a home console back in the early 90s, and they were very expensive, and the cartridges themselves were pretty expensive, and they never really caught on, especially here in the UK. A bit popular over in Japan, which was pretty good, and you might have already seen some SNK games, and a lot of people do remember the Metal Slug series. Now, as they were very expensive, and even the console today is pretty expensive to buy, to actually play one of these natively and in the original way, this is the most affordable way to actually go around playing one of these. So this is basically just an arcade board of what the games used to be ported over to the home console. So instead of forking out a few £100 for just one cartridge, and even almost about £800 for the console, people will pick up the NVS arcade board. So back in the day, let me just show you. These are the Mega Drive cartridges and the SNES. It's just the size comparison, really. I know a lot of you gamers already know what these are. This was an actual NVS, and these were huge. And these were the cheaper form to actually play your Metal Slugs or your King of Fighters, because you can just pick up one of these. Well, when I got into this about 10 years ago, they used to fetch around about £35, £40. And then the AES home console version, say of Samurai Showdown, used to fetch for a few £100. So this was the more popular version of actually trying to collect and get original SNK games. So there's my Samurai Showdown NVS. So this was a lot cheaper than buying it for the home console. So a lot of people would pick up one of these and home console them themselves. So let me just show you guys. Basically, it's just a one massive chipboard, and you got your slot, and if I kind of show you, there is the slot reader. So much like the SNES and the Mega Drive, that's where you slot your cartridges. So you can actually change out the games on these arcade boards. So that was pretty awesome. So a lot of people will start collecting for these. And if you see on the actual side, you can plug in original AES arcade or controllers, much like the actual home console itself. So that's one thing I would like to get into, try and pick myself one of them up. So you got two ports there. Another feature that is on the board is a stereo. If I can just about show you guys, there it is. So it's on mono, and then you got your stereo audio switch. Now it says up here, if I can just show you as well. There you go, focus. It does say make sure the switch is on monaural position when using the jammer type of cabinet. So depending on what type of cabinet you set this up, it does inform you to set up one of these. Now to get these onto your TV back at home, you can pick up one of these arcade super guns. So this would actually fit into the back there. Much like the cartridge slot reader, you just clip it in at the back, and then it's got your video, your audio, and your input, controller inputs coming out into your arcade super gun. So this is just like a slot that you can purchase on its own, and I think that fetched me around about £35. So you can actually get an RGB SCART signal, not soldering or doing anything like that. You just literally plug and play. And at the back there, you've got some like Mega Drive ports, so you can plug in some Commodore controllers or Mega Drive ports. So that's two, so you can set up 2 players, and you got your coin button. So you know, much like back in the day where the arcades, you would just put money in, you just press that button and activate some coins. So I just want to show you guys now. Oh, and let me just forget, it also needs a power supply. Now this is a PC power supply. I'm not sure what actually watts they use, but this seems to be working just fine. It's a bit of it's a small one for like a desktop like PC. So you basically plug that straight into there, and that will plug in and power the whole entire thing. There's a few things I actually do like to get this a bit more consoleized. There's an actual power switch and a reset button. And if there's anyone guys out there, if they can actually contact me and let me know if they can get around to consoleizing this would be absolutely awesome. But just to show you guys as well, so instead of forking out, you know, about 30 quid for just the one game, You can, the SNK has done an awesome job and given us these mini consoles, and you can actually download these games on the PlayStation Network, support the company. I'm all for that, but you get a native experience, and basically to try and save these cartridge slot ports, because they're a lot of pins, and if you keep exchanging the cartridges, they will tend to bend and wear. So my advice is to try and pick up one of these multi-games 101, and this is a Chinese like rip-off cartridge that you can find on a lot of cartridge-based consoles. So it's actually packed with about 100 games, and much like the Chinese rip-offs, a lot of these games don't really exist. They're a bit of ROM hacks, or some of these games, they say what they are, but when you actually play them, they're different type of games. So I'm just going to show you guys this now, this 101. You can pick these up, well, I picked it up about 70 quid. I think it's most affordable way, and to try and get the most authentic experience from an SNK console. So this will just basically slide, I'll show you guys, right in the back, like so, and it is a beast. My pins have worn down a bit, and I found the signal was losing, so I just got to kind of wedge the cartridge up a bit so it bends those pins a bit up, and it's all good. So I'm going to show you guys now some footage and some gameplay, and hopefully guys this will actually get you into SNK console collection. So basically I've just checked in this power cord from the power unit straight into the super gun, and the screen comes straight on. I'm sorry about the capture method. I don't really have an RGB SCART to HDMI connector to actually connect to my game capture card, so I am a bit sorry about that, but let's just have a look now at the actual what this cartridge holds. So we got all these games, got the King of Fighters, Metal Slug 6 Plus, that doesn't exist, but we'll have a look of it in a bit. And let's have a scroll down. 2004 SE, I'm not sure if that's legit. Ooh, one of my favourite fighting games, Mark of the Wolves, that's pretty sweet. Prehistoric, I reckon that's Prehistoric Isle 2, which is a great like Jurassic Park style shooting up. I don't think that's real. And so yeah, you got some good, decent classic SNK games on here. Last Resort, amazing shooting up. Last Blade, sweet. Shark Troopers 2, amazing. Blazing Star, sick, awesome. Shooting up as well, as you can tell on the shooting up van. And Metal Slug 6, oof, I don't know, because that was released on a Sega arcade board, I believe. If I'm wrong, check in the comments below. I'd like to know if you can actually get an NVS cartridge for that, that would be sweet. If you scroll down a bit more, I do recognise a lot of these legit SNK games. Polestar, amazing. Hey, we've got our Samurai Showdowns. Mark of the Wolves. Let's go with Metal Slug 6. So yeah, that doesn't exist. Let's give it some coins. Bam bam. That's Metal Slug 3 character select. Yeah, this is not Metal Gear, Metal Slug 6. He's got a whip as well, and he's fat. Plug it straight back in to the arcade super gun. So let's have a look at let's find something a bit dodgy. Let's try that one. Wow, already looks a bit dodgy. Chuck some coins. Oh, that's sound is a bit... That's not too bad. So now if I actually switch this mono to stereo switch on the actual board, let's hear the difference now. It drops a lot of signal off the audio. Let's check that on mono. Now I believe there's a way to get mono and stereo out of this. There's actually some soldering ports and some cables, but again I think you have to get the right cables and the right speakers to do that. I'm not too sure. So I don't know what that wavy line is about. Let's go with extra. Let's go with Joe, my man. And where is... There he is, there's Terry B. What the fuck is it? Who's that? Let's give that a go. Let's turn it on a bit. So I'm Zombie Terry. And still ain't get seriously wrong with that sprite. What's going on? Oh yeah. Well, I suck. Let's give that a reset. So as you can see, some of these ROMs are a bit glitchy, but pretty interesting. Let's give this another boot. SNK was still making games up until 2003. There was a King of Fighters 2003 game. So the actual console and the arcade cartridges were coming out like 13 to 15 years after the initial release. I can actually go Wales. That's very rare to see. Why not? Let's go with balance. World Cup, SNK, football champion. Go big or go home. No way. Let's give it a go then. Well, that was easy. Just like real life, yeah? I have to check out some Polestar, chucking some coins. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, I just lent on the cartridge. That is not good. Well, there we go. Yeah, that's weird. So some of the pins are a bit worn down. So basically I've just got to bend the pins back so then it reads the cartridge more efficiently. Only 4 stages. It's going to be easy game. It's an easy game. Okay, let us skip. So the sound quality is preset. Oh!